Hello everyone, and welcome to a quick review of the Hama Reaper 1000 uRage Unleashed, or microRage, because that's new, but we are going to skip that. Well, this should be a kind of a gaming mouse, but it's wireless. I do not game a lot. I do like to play games sometimes, but I'm not in a professional league. So for me, having a bit of lag using wireless is not a problem. But I've chosen this model because I have this one, which looks really bad, but this is a mouse that I had for 5 years, actually almost 6 years I believe, because I have this from 2015, and this was the mouse that I have used the most, and it hasn't broke down until now. Before this I had a lot of computer mice, and they all failed after a period of time, not because I throw them away or something like that, but they simply stop working, such as they will no longer bind with the receiver, or you install fresh batteries and will work for 5 minutes and then shut down and not work again even if you replace batteries, and so on, or the clicks will stop working. I even repaired some of them. I have replaced the contacts, but sooner or later they all become obsolete. So this was my longest working and still working mouse, although it looks horrible, and I've decided to get a new one, and I wanted to stick with the same brand, because if this was so good from all of that, maybe this one will be at least just half of that or even better. Alright, so this, as I told you, is kind of a gaming mouse. It came in a very busted box here. They advertise that they use OMRON switches, which should be very good, and it has a very low 1 millisecond response time, and it has an AVAGO or AVAGO or something like that Pixart sensor that has 10,000 dpi resolution, although most of the sellers said that it has more of that. I don't know what's the idea. Anyway, let's take it out of the box. And we get fancy looking manual. It looks like that. Then we get a nice cable. This is wireless, but it has a built-in rechargeable battery, and when the battery is depleted you can charge it with this, and it also has the option to play and charge. So if the battery is over, you can hook it in and it turns into a wired mouse, but at least it still works, and that's very good, because you don't always want to wait for it to fully charge the batteries. And here's the mouse, and we get these two adapters here. And this mouse has a really nice design. Size wise it's similar with my old Hama Unleashed model. The main advantage is that if you don't like these side pads here, you just simply remove them and you can install these sides and make it a more compact mouse, which is really nice. But I think I'm going to use that. But the idea is really nice, that you can configure it. Also, you have keys here, 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 of course, scroll wheel and DPI selector switch. On the rear of the mouse you have the on-off switch button, and the receiver is hidden here on this tray, which is spring-loaded, and you need to keep it out, and it's kind of impossible to grab it, so you need good fingernails and stick your nail under that tray and try to pull it out. And this has a magnet here actually, so it's kept in place by a magnet. And now I can remove the receiver. It's their own receiver type. It's not a common Bluetooth or wireless, so you lose this, you cannot connect this to your PC. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to power it on. Maybe it will need to be charged first, but we'll see about that. And I'm going to connect the receiver, and it's setting up the device. and it has already started, so it has power saving. When the receiver is not connected, it will turn off to save power, and it's now flashing various colors. I hope I can change that. Yes, you can change them from this button here, but it should also have a control software, and we are going to check if that is more useful than pressing this button. And it's working right out of the box with no other additional installments needed for now. And I have installed the app, and that's a real disaster, because you have a link here that you should go to this address to download the drivers and the apps for this model, but this link will not take you there. It will take you to a redirect page that it will throw you advertisement and general things about Hama products. And then if you go to the download section for the drivers, yet again you are not going to find this, because the model number of this, it's not this one, it's only with 10 here, so you will not be able to find it. That's the model number. And also it's not called on their site as Reaper 1000 Unleashed, but it's actually a Morph 1000 or something like that. If I don't forget, I'm going to add a link from where to download the correct driver in this video somewhere. If I, as I told you, do not forget to do that. Anyway, so the app, it's interesting. You have 3 main profiles that you can select from, and you have a lot of options here, such as basic settings, when you where you can configure the DPI. You have the speed, the acceleration, pulling rate. So pretty nice for a cheap mouse. It goes almost to close to gaming mouse territory, but on the budget. So you can set all of those with different profiles. Then you have key settings, where you can configure each of the buttons from the mouse, which is again really nice. On light settings, you can create your own profiles, such as neon mode, flashing modes. You can turn them off or static, and you can choose your color and your brightness level, which is really nice. And you have also macro settings, and you can generate your own macros for playing various games, which is yet again really nice. So the app is nice, it works. Now, going back to the mouse, I can tell you that I'm impressed about the image sensor that it has, because I'm using it on this kind of surface, and this is far from being smooth, and it's kind of translucent plastic with bubbles on it, and the mouse works perfectly on it, and it doesn't even jump. I find it really interesting how well it works on such unappropriate surface, so thumbs up for that. What I don't like for now, I'm not accustomed to the side buttons here, and I keep touching them accidentally when I'm using the mouse. I'm accustomed with this on this side, which I use a lot on various apps and games, but I'm not yet used with those. But you can disable them or choose a function that you do not want to use, or simply choose them not to do anything. But those are great if you are left-handed, because you are going to have these nice buttons, as it is perfectly symmetric, and you can use them that way. And beside changing the shape of the mouse, you also have these weights here, so you can adjust the balance of your mouse. If you want it lighter, you can remove these, and one of these is rated for 6.5 grams, and this one is the same, so you can add both of them and increase the weight, or remove one of them, or put both of them. It's up to you how you can configure this, and you are probably going to play a lot with those and get the best out of it. Another thing that I like, it's the charging cable. It's very good quality, it's thin, it's flexible, it's textile braided, it has a filter here, and it is USB Type-C, which is very nice, because I hate regular micro USB. but that is just my opinion. And the plug here locks very nice into position, so if you play a lot of games and you are charging, this will not come out accidentally because it holds the mouse very good. And regarding the shape changing design, it has a big advantage for me. It might be a gimmick for some of us, but for others it's a good addition. The sides come with big Teflon pads here, and using it this way, it makes it glide a lot more smooth on the surface. It's really comfortable and pleasant, so if you do a lot of not gaming but work on the PC, it's very relaxing that it's so smooth with the side pads that are normal. It's just a normal mouse, feels like a normal mouse and feels similar with my old one. So that was it for now. I hope that you have enjoyed this quick review. Let me know if you have any kind of questions about it, and I'm going to try to answer you as fast and as best as possible in regards to this new mouse. Until then, see you and bye bye.